they're going to do. They wanted to expand it, and they will expand it if for any reason they're going to, in my opinion, destroy suburbia. And just so you understand, 30% plus of the people living in suburbia are minorities. African American, Asian American, Hispanic American, but 30% plus are minorities living in suburbia. And when they go in and they want to change zoning so that you have lots of problems, where they want to build low-income housing, you want something where people can aspire to be there, not something where it gets hurt badly. And that's what happens. So with suburban women, suburban men, I think they feel very strongly about what I'm doing.
You know, John Hyland, the last time I heard suburbia used so much was in a 1977 hit by Dean Friedman called Ariel. Way on the other side of Hudson,
so funny.
Deep in the bosom of suburbia. What decade is this guy from? Like, what generation is this from? The suburban housewife will be voting for me. They want safety and are thrilled that I ended the long running. I can't even finish it. And let me ask you, because you are the originator of the phrase confession or projection, and you are right. Donald Trump, it's when he says things, it's usually confession or projection. But yesterday, he was particularly unglued. This morning, he's tweeting about his favorite cable news show. This is speculation, but it's not too hard to speculate. What do you think it is that set Donald Trump off so much yesterday and still has him set off this morning?
First of all, hey, good morning, guys. Second of all, LOL. Third of all, like the suburbia thing, just Joe, the reason I was laughing was that as I heard him say that, it was exactly what I was thinking. And you and I had not conferred on this previously, but it's such a 50s thing. We talk about the suburbs, we talk about the burbs, but like no one, and again, speaking to someone from the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles who is a child of the suburbs, like suburbia is such an archaic, antiquated, out of time, anachronistic kind of thing to say linguistically. And it just points to the fact that Trump is still this kind of, ring-a-ding-ding, 1950s guy, and his head is still stuck there in every way in terms of how he sees the country, how he understands the country. I don't think Donald Trump's actually ever been to a suburb, so it would be hard for him to really have a grasp on it. And now it's kind of the hinge point for his politics. But to get to your question directly, what scared him? Well, I mean, it actually folds nicely into where we are in terms of political analysis of the last 36 hours, right? I was down in Wilmington, as you know, when the pick came and then through the event yesterday. And I think the thing that's freaking him out, Mika points to a woman. I think there's something certainly to that. But more, I think, politically speaking, he just watched the Biden campaign execute a perfect vice presidential rollout in very difficult circumstances in this age of COVID. If you think about the metrics by which we judge in politics, how we judge a VP rollout, right? They controlled the timing. They didn't have a leak that got out ahead of them. They did it on their own, as I said, on their own timetable. All of the electronic means that they used on Tuesday to get the word out, by the time you got to 24 hours later, what did you have? A unified Democratic Party, no faction of the party taking potshots at the pick, right? Not just unified, but enthused. Donors writing checks, small donors on the web giving the campaign its biggest fundraising 24 hours in history. Everything that you could want on the Democratic side. And rave reviews from the press. A candidate who immediately cleared the bar of ready to be commander-in-chief. No one questioning her qualifications in any quarter. The media, political elites, Republicans, no one, right? And on the Republican side, total disarray in terms of what the message is supposed to be. And then you had the event yesterday, which no clear, concise message, no negative frame to go after her, even though she was the front runner for months. And if there was anyone you could have thought it was going to be, this was the woman to prepare for. They had months to prepare for her. And then when she got picked, they had nothing to say about Kamala Harris. So nothing consistent to say, nothing damaging, nothing negative. And then you had the event yesterday, which was not the kind, obviously, in the age of COVID, was not the dream, in terms of production, was not the kind of big splashy thing that we've come to expect on vice presidential rollouts, which is not possible in the age of COVID. And there was weirdness around not hearing the applause, not seeing the crowd. But in terms of the two of them getting out on stage and laying out the argument that they're going to prosecute now from today until Election Day, the thematics of it, the prongs of it, every element of it, it was a letter perfect rollout. And I think if you're Donald Trump, of course that's got to be freaking you out because you already know you're losing. And the biggest thing where you thought, well, Joe Biden might screw this up if you're Donald Trump was this. And instead, it was a perfect, by the Biden campaign standards, a perfect 36-hour rollout. And if I'm Donald Trump, I'm looking at that going, okay, where's Joe Biden going to make a mistake now? If he didn't make a mistake there, where am I going to start to make up this ground? I think he's totally flipping out because he knows he's going to lose.